Hello, Pisces. How you doing? Um, happy happy birthday to all Pisces friends out there. My name is Lauren. Welcome to Frequency Tarot. And instead of doing like a super elaborate video where I've set up my camera and all that stuff, I just wanted to do something that's just a bit more free flowing and a bit more personal, you know? So we're gonna do an oracle reading and a tarot reading. We're going to do a Celtic cross. And we're going to do this with the energy of the fire horse. We've just entered into the year of the fire horse. And we have the new moon in Aquarius. It's been a lunar eclipse. And just see what energies come out. So we're going to use my sacred oracle deck and the Rider-Waite Smith tarot. Yeah, so let's just see what comes through. I've been feeling like I think Pisces have been going through a lot of, just according to like the energies of astrology right now, there's a big message of finding new people, or either like removing yourself from people who have been draining your energy and taking a bit more initiative to the people that you surround yourself with, and just like the life that you want to live, especially at this time. So with that said, let's see what comes through. We've got shadow, so shadow work, release. That definitely fits in line with what I just said. Releasing some people, or maybe even just a belief system around relationships. Maybe you've found yourself being drawn to a certain type of person, and you're recalibrating some belief systems that, so you don't get yourself in that sort of relationship again, and maybe releasing yourself from those beliefs, maybe some people, or maybe releasing yourself from pain by learning about this I'd say this pain, you know, not letting the pain become a pain. That makes sense. Focus on new life. Soulmate. Okay, so yeah, I think you know, some of you may be realizing that you're moving away from some belief systems that have been holding you back, or have drawn you to a specific partner that has been taking away your energy. And I think maybe some of you are in the vicinity, or like getting into a serious relationship and potentially a soulmate, because you are realigning your energy towards values that you choose to live by, and that is kind of drawing you to the right people rather than the wrong people. And this might be a little uncomfortable if you are in some, let's say, friendships, or not really friendships, but maybe you're kind of seeing a different light of the people that are around you, and you're learning to trust yourself, that moving out of this will be better in the long run. So Yeah, definitely some release going on here. Some shadow work, learning to focus on yourself, and that is drawing you to the right people. Okay. Beautiful. Alright, so let's see what tarot says. I've already shuffled this, but let's just see what comes through. We're going to just do a Celtic cross. And see what comes out here. So we have the Sun. A lot of you might be getting some enlightenment, or maybe some deep emotions are being brought to the light. So some clarity on things that have been maybe ambiguous. And I think maybe acknowledging some inner child joys that have been maybe not present for a while. And there's something about trust coming through. Trust. Ace of Swords. Yeah, definitely clarity coming through. You're learning to trust yourself, trust your decisions. And I think that the more that you trust your decisions, you gain clarity on whatever situation that you're currently going through. I feel like this is, we just entered Pisces season, the sun in Pisces. So there could be some light being shined on a sense of identity, or some mental fog that's been kind of dragging you or keeping you away from what is the next step. We've got the Hierophant or Hierophant. Now, okay, so there's some belief system being shed, I think. Maybe a belief that has been holding you back, holding you from this, who am I? Or what is the person you're becoming? I say that because we've got the sun that's being shined and giving clarity. And there's some belief that I think is being revealed that has been holding you back. Now you may be just starting to realize that this has been working against you for a while, or there have been a series of events recently that have caused a lot of changes, and that is shining the light on this belief. You might be wondering, well, is it a belief? Like, it's kind of unclear maybe what has been holding you back, and that's because it is a belief, or it is an attachment, or a commitment, because the Hierophant can represent a commitment. And commitments, if you're a person that sticks to the very end, yet that relationship might be a little toxic, or maybe that person doesn't have your best interest in mind, or they don't emotionally understand you, and so you try to stay in it as long as you can. And so sometimes commitments or beliefs can work against us when we're not seeing the full context of how it's impacting us. Ace of Cups. So, yeah, that confirms what I've just said. It seems like in your recent past, there's been a sense of what is deeper than this. Like, maybe some of you have met someone new. Um, Met someone new, and you're realizing that they are answering you in the way that you want. Or if it's not a person, it can be this enlightenment of what feels safer. And I think a lot of us can agree to this is when someone doesn't make you feel safe, or like you feel unrested or and uneased, like, you know how there's just some people where they kind of cause your nervous system to just be like on edge all the time. Uh, and so obviously no one wants to be around that. There's been something in the past that's caused you to move away from this type of energy. So you're on a beginning path of something new happening. I'm feeling like this is in the recent past. Um, something at like something around like the last 6 to 1 year, 6 months to 1 year region. I'm not entirely sure. I'm saying that because we just had the new moon in Aquarius, and usually that's a cycle of um, a year to 6 months, meaning look back at what you were doing 6 months ago, which was actually the last full moon in Aquarius. And yesterday, the 17th, this might be up on the 19th. Um, look back on what you did 6 months ago, or what you were going through, um, or look back on the last new moon in Aquarius, and see that if there's like been a full cycle that's been complete, or some new beginnings have been happening. So yeah, I think you're definitely starting a new phase right now with the new moon. Excuse me. Okay, next one. Yeah. So pain. There's, I mean, I think a lot of you are learning to heal. Um, so I'm getting a sense that this is definitely, there has been a relationship breakup, or there's been some pain that's happened around a relationship, and you're setting yourself free um, from a belief that has kind of maybe kept you tied to this type of energy. And it's important to stay very conscious about this so that you are learning from your lessons and you don't fall back into patterns that have kept you around that type of relationship. I say relationship and not the actual person because it takes two to tango, right? Not to say that you're the cause of your problems, but you, um, whether it's conscious or not, you are complicit with the energies that are in your life. So until you make a change towards the life that you want to live, or the people that you want to be around, um, these patterns will keep happening until you learn that lesson. Knight of Swords as your future. Okay, someone there might be a confession or something. Or maybe you're feeling like there's people that this might be the people that you're moving away from. You know, when I put this down, the Knight of Swords is looking towards the sun and the Ace of Swords. And I see that symbolism as something that's like energy. I'll try to put it in the position that it's showing up on my table, like this. So here's you, and then here's might be the other people that are around you that you're distancing yourself from. Or if this was a person in your past, they might be coming back. And we'll see what else is to come out here, but there's a tension around a relationship. I'm getting that this might be potentially a group of people, like a community of friends or a circle of friends. Friends that you're realizing that kind of either hold something back from you. There might be a lot of passive aggressiveness here. That they kind of hold something back, and you notice that they want, Pisces are very intuitive people. You're realizing that they have something to say, but they don't always say it. And now that, maybe you've said your truth, that it's unsettling, and you're feeling the frustration of other people around you. And I would say that don't let that cause you to not speak your truth, because that might be a pattern where you're falling back into, not speaking your truth. Because, every Pisces that I've known wants to keep the peace. They don't want to rock the boat too much, because they're peacekeepers. They're very empathic people, and they want everyone to be happy. But when that happens, you can kind of neglect yourself for the sake of other people's peace of mind. So there might have been something that was said, or something happened, and you're now feeling the pressure from someone or a group of people that you're distancing yourself from. And if that's the case, trust yourself that this needed to happen. Or if you made a mistake, and I'm saying this to question yourself. If it's a mistake, like maybe if you made an impulsive decision and it caused a breakup or something like that, it could be you that's going through this, that you still trust your convictions. You still trust what it is that you need to say is from the heart. Some of you might have done that, like maybe you did something that caused you stuck to your truth, whether it was impulsive or not. And you might be learning that there's some lesson that you're going through right now that's giving you some clarity on where you went wrong. But that might not be for everyone. I think that this, if you're the person that, you're realizing you need to separate yourself from these people because of this pain, whatever it is, you need to be honest with yourself. The more honest with yourself and the more you follow your values, the more things get clearer. So let's keep moving on here. Let's see what else comes out. I'm going to do like a little quick shuffle. And let's take a look at your energy. What you might be feeling right now. Maybe how people are seeing you. Whoever this is between. Okay, Four of Cups. Okay, so you're feeling a little bit emotionally detached or kind of apathetic, maybe pessimistic. This is an energy of like what you're feeling when you're by yourself. In a very reflective state. Yeah, a reflective state. Maybe looking back on what happened and you're not quite sure about how to continue, or maybe some of you might be regretting a decision, or there might just be pain about the situation that you're in, and you're little, let's say, it's just very sensitive for you on how to move forwards with the current condition. Let's see what others are seeing. Your environment. So we've got the 10 of Wands. Okay, I think this is still you. This is still you're realizing that there was a decision that was made in the past here. You followed an emotional truth, like something that was true to you. Maybe I get a sense that some of you, I think all of you, made a decision from a point of emotion. Like you followed your emotions. You wanted to feel again. And right now, or at least maybe the reason why you went through this is because it was just too much. Like you needed to move on. Because it was just too much of an emotional burden. I think you were saying to yourself, I need to release this burden because these people or this person, you weren't aligned with them. And I think that you were kind of seeing now that there are some beliefs that either kept you in that relationship, or you're realizing why you attracted these type of people to you. And now there is a sense of peace, and or maybe you're working towards that, but there's definitely clarity coming through. But I think a lot of you are also feeling quite, let's just say, emotionally withdrawn. Okay. All right, so Queen of Wands, your hopes and fears. Okay, so I think a lot of you are definitely respecting your sense of commitment to this new decision. You're definitely telling yourself, I deserve to feel happy. I deserve to receive the love that I want to give as well. But you are afraid that, I think maybe if these people come back around again, that it's like they might burn out your fire or exhaust your fire. What I mean by that is you're regrowing right now and you're finding your inner fire again. And I feel like this commitment or this relationship was very draining for you. And so you might fear that happening again. Now, I feel as though there's a lot of energy around this here. Whether this is a person coming back around to you or you needing to communicate something with whoever this person or people are, there's a sense that you need to question what is in it for you, right? What is that conversation for you? Like, what are you gonna get out of it? Because it seems as though you are healing. You're healing right now. We've got the sun here. We've got the Ace of Cups, which was I guess that the beginning of this healing process. You're getting some clarity coming through. So, what is this conversation to you? Like, why would you need to have that? If it's you, or if it's the person coming around, I think you're going to stand your ground if it's someone who's coming back to you. But if it's you that needs to confess something or communicate with someone else, then it needs to be from a place of honesty. And let's look at your final outcome. 3 of Pentacles. Interesting. Yeah, it seems like maybe some of you are actually wanting this person to come back around again. Or you're wanting a new fresh start, or something to come of this to where you both understand each other. There might not be a sense of you wanting to continue a relationship with them, but maybe a closure. Maybe some of you are going through a closure right now. Yeah, this may not be where it's a new start. I mean, maybe for some of you it might be, which is still, I'll say this again, you still need to approach this with with honesty. Like, what is it that you want out of this? Because it seems like there's a potential development in a relationship, and that can be many things. And I'm reading this as for a collective of people. This can apply however it applies to you. Can be true. This might be a new relationship, right? You made a conscious decision to a new love path, and or some of you are finding that there's a belief system that held you tied to someone. It was very draining. It was painful, and now you just maybe want some closure, right? 10 of Wands, completion, right? So I think Pisces, I think for all of you, whether there's definitely an opportunity of someone coming back around again. Whether that's you approaching them or them coming back to you, there's definitely an opportunity. I think this is saying that perhaps both of you, whether it's you and a group of people or you and just one person, like an ex or something like that, maybe a friend, I think that both of you are open to hearing each other out. And so that's why these cards are saying that there's definitely an opportunity of a development here. And I think that you need to decide whether that's going to be a new relationship, a closure, or trying a relationship out again. I'm not sure. Like whoever this is for, apply what these cards are saying to your situation. Okay, that'll be it for Pisces. Please subscribe, all of that good stuff. I appreciate it. It really helps the channel. Give it a like, share it with your friends, whoever else might want to hear this information. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.